Today, we're going to be taking a look at Mochi's account. More specifically, his no-wish account. Yes, you heard that right. His account has never wished on a banner, ever. As you can see here, 276,000 primogems to prove it. Not to mention those 300 blue fates and over 130 intertwined fates. But this means that every single character on this account has been available for free at some point. So we've got some very interesting team comps to look at here, but also a rather limited roster. So this is sure to be an interesting one. So Mochi, why would you want to do a no-wish account? Why would you put yourself through this?
Well, if I want to give the no-nonsense clear answer, it's to challenge yourself. But if I'm going to be honest, when I made this account originally, it was for an entirely different purpose. It didn't actually start out as a no-wish account. It started out as a resource world. I would invade it with my main account, but then once Festering Desire came out, I was like, oh my god, this weapon's really good. Am I going to ever get anything else like that if I skip that? So I had a few friends help carry me for a bit, and then I started building my DPS.
Wow, and I'm just looking through like this weapon roster here. I see like almost every single event weapon here. That's crazy. So have you been playing on this account? Like, what version did you start in with this?
Like in Dragonspine's version, I forget what number that one is, but it was after 1.1, I think.
So 1.2, I think.
I did actually miss two characters I could have gotten. First was the free barber that you got in the mail, and the first time Fischl came around.
But other than that, you have every single free character and free weapon. Alright, well, without further ado, let's take a look at these characters. And I see on our team right away, we have our latest free character, Kachina, which probably gonna be your only Natlan character for a while, huh?
Definitely.
So we've got, looks like 1700 defense here and a little bit of attack to go with that. She's on the Natlan Craftable, of course, level 90. And she is, of course, on the new set, which is very nice. Did you go through the trouble of getting all the right stats for her, or do you just, like, shove her on whatever? Oh, wow! That's a nice circlet. Oh, and a nice Geo Goblet to go with it. These are some pretty crazy pieces for, you know, this being a brand new set. And wow, that flower. So has she been a useful addition to the account so far?
Her buff is certainly useful for the account, but I'm trying to make her useful herself. I kind of failed on the ER part. I am one more week from getting her her normal attack to 9 though.
Yeah, really nice ratio here, 70-137.
Yeah, that set honestly likes me. I didn't farm this domain very much.
Assemble!
Whereas I'm pretty much living in noblesse for everything else nowadays.
Okay, speaking of noblesse, got the Benny on the team here. I believe this was free in the beginning of Fontaine, if I'm remembering my versions correctly.
He was very much appreciated.
Let's see, 17k HP, 1700 attack. You have him on the Sapwood Blade, of course. And then, of course, the 4-piece Noblesse. Now, is he built healer or damage? Looks like damage, maybe? Yeah, you've got Crit Rate Circlet, Pyro Goblet, Attack Sands here.
Yeah, in a no-wish environment, a lot of meta options aren't really, possible, so you need to get damage anywhere you can get it.
260 ER though, that's really nice, especially for not having an ER Sands.
Take a look at the feather.
30% ER, wow. I'm seeing on the other pieces here, yeah, 18% on the flower, 18% on the circlet, 15% on the goblet, and 21% on the sands. Crazy ER rolls, wow. And oh my gosh, I'm noticing your Mora. Congratulations, you are the first ever account I've reviewed that isn't broke.
I probably burnt like 2 million before today. I actually had to level up a few talents before this.
Yeah, I see you've kept up on your talents really well. You got 9 on the skill, 10 on his burst, and even, you know, got that 9 on the normal attack too, just in case. I imagine with so few characters, like, it's a lot easier to invest more into each one, right?
Yeah, if you were to quickly cycle through that real quick and just look at the talent numbers.
Yeah, I'm looking here. It looks like every single character has at least 1 crown, and the rest are at 9.
There's only really 2 characters that have more than 1 crown right now. The first one is Amber.
So, crown, normal attack, and crown burst. So do you use Amber a lot then? Or is it just kind of like a ceremonial thing?
I actually used to use her a lot, especially before A's Daha.
R5 prototype crescent, excellent. And on the 4-piece Wanderer's Troop. Oh, actually, you got a 5-piece going on here. Let's see, attack sans, nice stats there. Really nice stats on the Feather 84 EM. That's nice, especially if you're doing melt. And 93 EM on that goblet. Wow. I mean, I can understand why you have the 5-piece, because all these pieces are amazing.
Yeah, that's actually my problem with most of my characters. Finding a piece that you can actually replace.
And 50-152 ratio. Yeah, pretty good. Our main squad here, we have Xiangling, of course. R5 catch. Love seeing like all these like completionist weapons as well. Ooh. Man, the stats on these are incredible, man. Oh, that nice circlet too with the 15% crit rate.
That used to be Xingqiu's.
Oh my, so what does Xingqiu have? Oh my gosh. 19% crit damage on a crit rate circlet with attack percent. Have you spent a lot of Resonant Emblem, or are you just lucky? And should I just feel bad?
I spent a lot of Resonant Emblem, and I still do today. But I did come out with a top 1% Xiangling, so I'll take it.
Oh wow, that's impressive. I see. Oh, you have all these like extra goblets here too. I see. Oh, these are all really nice too. You're set for like 10 different emblem characters to come out. Oh, and the offset ER sans, even lower rolls than some of the other stuff, but still very good. Wow, I can definitely see how that is a top 1% Xiangling. Yeah, 60, 167, 222 ER. Very, very impressive stats. Then we got Xingqiu here. Oh, he's a 70, 137, 217 ER. That's excellent as well. And he's got the Festering Desire. Oh, I'm sure a lot of people are jealous of that being R5.
Even though it's not optimal, I really wish I had Sack. It would have been so much simpler on the rotations.
Oh my gosh. Hydro Goblet with 34 crit damage. ER Sans with 19% defense. But otherwise, good crit rolls. And he's C2. So is he the character that you've gotten from Lantern Rite every year?
Not every year. He came out for free once. I skipped him on the first one. I chose Beidou that time. Then Beidou came out. Second one, I choose Xingqiu. Then Xingqiu comes out. And then on the latest one, I get C2 so I don't have to agonize over the decision on the future Lantern Rites.
I see here. So we got a C1 Beidou, and then we got Yao Yao here. Probably a really good choice to expand both the Dendro roster and the healing roster.
I'm not so sure about that. We actually got quite a few. I mean, sure I had to choose Yao Yao, but Dory's actually a decent healer. Dory's still actually one of my main go-to characters. She's my Hyper Bloomer.
Oh, really? On the mailed flower, interesting. She's on 2-piece EM. That's cool. So you kind of use her as like a Hyper Bloom trigger, you said? I mean, I guess because you don't have a cookie, do you? Yeah, no cookie Shinobu, so like, someone's gotta do it. Not only the first time I've seen a built Dory, but also the first time I've like seen someone specifically build her for Hyper Bloom.
I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea how else to use her.
Honestly, I wouldn't either. Oh yeah, Xinyan, so how have you built her? I see she has quite a bit of EM. Is she Burgeon DPS?
Yes, she is.
Ooh. This is interesting because just yesterday I was looking at an account that has a physical Xinyan. So we've got classic Xinyan and we've got brand new Xinyan. Still the crown normal attack though, which is cool.
Yeah, she was physical originally, but it's honestly for the best. I still would have gone for the normal attack anyways. The cooldowns on both her skill and her burst are so long that you're never going to get to use them often.
This, I'm assuming this pale flame feather, a remnant of her old build. Great stats.
That used to be Kaya's, actually.
Oh, used to be. Oh, you had a physical Kaya?
Yeah, I stayed physical for the longest time. Physical just wasn't doing it. You can do better with cryo.
I see he's on Gladiator, so how do you use him now?
Mostly for cryo melts.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd say he's probably one of my best build characters in terms of stat line.
I've seen that with your pieces here. Very nice. What's the ratio looking like? 76, 140, 150 ER. Okay, I'm curious, speaking of cryo characters, I'm curious about Aloy here. How have you built her? Slingshot and two-piece Blizzard's Rare, two-piece Noblesse? So just kind of like a general damage build?
Yeah, it's more, since her cooldowns are so long, she's more like a quick swap, like skill, melt, and burst, and then just swap out. She'll never actually be the primary damage dealer, she'll just be there to take advantage of whatever's left.
And
yeah, her attack's really lagging behind, unfortunately, but...
I see you got the EM Sands on her, and the 3-star weapon, so that would... Yeah, that brings that attack way down. Yeah, and again, like, a really nice crit ratio. Like, all of your characters are, like, you know, perfected, almost, because you've had so much time with all of them.
I really wish that Slingshot could go to its true owner, but there's no good reason for me to do that.
The true owner being...
the only other 5-star on the account that's not the MC.
Tighnari. You're only 5-star until next year. So why did you choose him out of all the 5-stars?
After constantly talking to so many different people and getting their opinions, I had to eventually agree that when someone mentioned that I really do just need like a dedicated DPS, and out of all of them, Tighnari is the only one who actually offers something new for my account. Diluc isn't exactly strong with everyone we have. I don't have access to Rain Slasher. I've got C2 Sync Show, sure, but that's about it. Jean was a consideration, but I decided to hold off on that one. I don't need another heal, not when I have Lynette otherwise fulfilling a similar role. Kuching, she was definitely one of my choices, but if I were to go for her, then it would basically invalidate Lisa.
Yeah, I've seen some people claim that, like, you shouldn't go for Tighnari unless you're planning on pulling for Nahida. And I think that's just dumb, because there are plenty of, like, free Dendro characters available, like Dendro main character, Kale, and not to mention, you also have Official, you know, one of his best, like, Electro appliers. So, honestly, I think this was a great choice.
He made farming our next free character so much easier.
Yeah, next free character, Candace, coming in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we actually have a personal little, like, meta going on with her if we can get her.
That's cool that, like, you know, there's this whole no-wish community, and you've built your own, like, meta within the meta, talking about, like, which characters are available.
I feel like it's not even the characters sometimes, it's more like the weapons. If you've looked at all the characters I had active, you'll probably notice that none of the catalysts have Thurling Tails.
That's something you never think about, is those, like, 3-star wishing weapons.
Like, Slingshot was like the first bright joy I've had in a long time. In Sumeru, on the docks in Port Ormos, there's a random NPC who gives you your only R1 Slingshot.
So then, Tighnari's on the Windbloom Ode, which, throwback weapon here.
Yeah, it's the best thing I can do for him until we get more Slingshots.
Yeah, 52 and 53 is still a good ratio.
I am so incredibly lucky that Tighnari scales better on EM than he does attack.
So, I guess, like, his C1 gives crit rate for his charge attack. So, if you get a free 5-star again next year, would you go for Constellations for him, or would you go for somebody else?
I would be going for somebody else. I need to bolster my roster badly. I'm tempted to go for Jean, but I think I might actually go for Diluc purely because nobody else in the Noah server will. It won't be the greatest choice, but it'll be a nice little side grade. The only problem is during the next Lancer, right? If they give us nobody good, I might go for Gaming. It pained me inside to skip him, but he's almost as good as D-Luke.
So so our other 5-star in quotes, is the Traveler here, which of course is on Dendro, because what else would you be using him on? You've got 158 ER here. He's on the Amanoma. So the build here. Okay, so this is a deep wood build. I was wondering if you had like a general build so you could switch elements around, or do you have like multiple builds for him?
I do, and I don't know if you're willing to do this, so I'll just say this part ahead of time. All forms of Traveler are triple crowned.
I noticed before that he was triple crowned, but all of the Traveler elements being triple crowned is serious dedication. Even Hydro Traveler.
Yep.
Oh,
even
man.
Hydro Traveler. And I can't say that his build is really any good, so I just didn't even bother with him and just did it just for the memes.
I see. Only C3 though. You not finished exploring Sumeru?
I haven't, but if you take a look at my bag for a moment.
Well, first thing I notice is holy abyss boxes. Oh my gosh, you have so many 5-star artifacts just sitting in here. But you have 184 Dendroculus just sitting in here, just chilling. Why?
I was trying to keep track of how many I picked up, but you're more than welcome to turn those in if you wanted to see. I'm pretty sure he'll go to see like 5 or 6 if that.
No, I won't take that away from you. Honestly, I kind of like doing that too. I at least like keep the oculi in my bag until I have enough for like the next level, just so I can keep track easier of like how many I have.
For the sigils, on the other hand, though, I had a more different goal in mind. My goal was to collect enough to 50 the tree from level 1.
Yeah, while I'm talking about this, I'm snooping at your exploration here. Oh yeah, you've got a lot more exploration left to do. Oh, of all the regions to fully 100%, oh okay, not fully, but almost fully under 100%, Inazuma here.
Oh, what'd I miss?
Watatsumi's only at 85%.
Oh, I gotta go back and do that then.
Okay, back to the characters for a second here. We've got a Goro. Do you even use him in any team? I can't imagine he's super useful because, you know, you don't really have a Geo DPS to buff, right? I mean, I guess Kachina now, right?
That is true, but I did actually have a use for him.
He's on the Cloudforged weapon here, the EM stun. He's on 4-piece Petra. Is this like a crystallized Goro?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, that's so creative. Honestly, I never would have thought of that myself.
Not the greatest team player for No Wish, but like I said, he does have an actual purpose. It's like Machine Gun Goro was tempting, but that's way too hard to do. So instead, why not make it so he creates powerful shields?
I mean, if you don't have a good, well, you do have a Layla for a good shielder, but I mean, Crystallized Goro is funnier, so. Layla on Harbinger is, oh my gosh, is she built for DPS? I see she's got quite a bit of HP too, so it's more like a hybrid.
Sorta, although a quick confession, she's probably my least used character. I want to use her, but I can't think of a good team to use her that wouldn't be better suited for Diona. Honestly, I think instead of crowning her shield, I probably should have crowned her burst instead.
Diona, recurve bow, and ooh, Song of Days Past.
Yeah, Diona's gone through quite a few evolutions. She used to be Noblesse and Fav, but I had a better Fav user.
Your Fav weapon forever stuck at R1 has gotta hurt though, right?
Yeah. The thing is, Hyper Bloom and Burgeon teams, the triggers for both of those really do need a lot of energy, and I had to give it to Best Girl Kale.
I think it was a good choice. I mean, Kale definitely needs the energy because she's pretty burst reliant. 222 ER here is really good, plus keeping that good crit ratio. And having her on the 4-piece Deepwood. Oh, and she's C1 too, because there's a free Kale from the Abyss, and there was an event Kale. I remember that. Yeah. Ooh, wow. Nice pieces here. Attack sands, the crit rate, crit damage, and the 14% ER. Again, I'm continually impressed at the quality of all of these pieces. Looking at your pieces that aren't equipped, you have quite a few, like, in reserve as well. Like, this is an impressive amount of artifacts, and even more impressive is how many you have plus 20.
Yeah, you'll notice that a lot of them are also Wanderer's Troop. Tainari's is built out of whatever was left from building Amber.
I see. You've done a really like exemplary job of like keeping up on farming everything. Like all your talents are up, all your weapons are up, you know, all your like fishing weapons and like free to play ones are all R5. You have a great selection of artifacts, and you have a bunch that aren't equipped but they're leveled as well, so you're prepared for new characters all the time. And I'm seeing now you have a ton of like resources in reserve, like tons of like EXP books. I'm gonna guess if I scroll down here, yeah, a crap ton of like Mystic Enhancement ore. Honestly, just like really impressive to have all those resources prepared and just have a really well maintained account. So we got Lynette, of course, free ever since the beginning of Fontaine. She's on the pipe, which is really nice. Obviously, no Farina to ever use this, but this is a great option for Lynette. I've heard this is also pretty good on Sing Cho.
Yeah, everyone else in the Noah community is using the pipe on him instead.
So she's on 4-piece VV, so you use her as, like, swirl grouper kind of character. I'm seeing with the EM stats here.
Unfortunately, there's not much reason to use anything but VV on most Animo characters.
That is the truth. So, continuing on with the Animo characters here. So you have Farazan, and of course, she'll never be C6. Only 160 ER, so are you using her as a buffer, really? Or have you used her more as like a charge shot DPS?
I don't use her very much, but whenever I do, she's pretty much just a pop in, 30k burst, pop out.
I'm realizing now, you have like by far the most amount of cryo characters of any other element. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, these characters, up until recently, haven't been very kind for the theater.
Oh yeah, theater. So are you able to like complete that?
I was able to complete hard mode twice.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, for the very first theater, if I had chosen differently during the Lancet rights, I would have been able to do hard mode then, but I couldn't.
Cool.
It's honestly just a shame that you can't use a friend character to fill in a slot. I face-walled when they added visionary mode. It's like, when am I ever going to have enough characters to do that?
Yeah, 22 characters of like a limited set of elements. Yeah, that's a challenge for the whales and the collectors.
I have like, what, 24 characters in total? And
Yeah.
And have to be 3 elements when they're spread out across 7. That's not happening anytime
Yeah,
soon.
if they ever do a 7-element theater, you'll be set. So, looking at Framine here, he is built physical. Okay. This feels like another character, like, I feel like you wouldn't have much use for. Because, again, you've said, like, physical is rough. But, do you find uses for him?
Honestly, not really. My Kaya without physical does so much damage that I can't think of a good reason to ever bring him out.
Even so, he still has really nice stats. Like, even the characters that you don't, like, have a use for, they're still, like, excellently built. My Eula would like to have that feather, wow. Speaking of one of my favorites, of course, Miss Fischl here. Let's see, Fading Twilight. I've seen this another account once before, and how well does this weapon work on her? I wasn't sure before, but
It's
like,
a decent weapon, but honestly, Fading Twilight is just a good weapon in general. High base attack comes with ER, and no matter what state it's in, gives you a boost.
Interesting. Is she able to get the full damage boost from it?
Not all the time. It's just like small boost, medium boost, big boost. So you'll get it eventually the longer the rotations go on.
Nice stats on these. Ooh, 16% crit rate on that feather. Ooh, this electro damage goblet ungilded with the crit rate, crit damage, and the EM. My Sino would be drooling over that. That is crazy. Let's see, Lisa. I am curious about her because typically when I see people build her, they build her for burst support. Hakushin Ring. Ooh, yeah, nice weapon choice. And 4-piece Thundering.
Yeah, I don't believe in making Lisa a support. Her burst requires way too much ER for that.
So you built her more for like on-field, like
Yep.
electro trigger.
She is an on-field aggravate DPS.
Wow.
She gets a lot of EM just from Ascension, and ever since we got Kirara, the ultimate partner for aggravate, the team had pretty much been complete.
I see yeah. Oh my gosh, I am continuously just in awe of your stats on these. You have so many pieces that are either like super high in crit or they're like no dead stats. Honestly, Lisa deserves that spotlight as a DPS.
And I did mention that Kirara is her ultimate teammate. That is a DPS Kirara.
Oh, I gotta see this. DPS Kirara with the skin, of course. 69, 105, 150 ER on the sapwood blade here. And 4-piece noblesse. Okay.
Yep, with spread, she clears like 31, 33k.
Lots of high like HP rolls on here too, so you still have that tanky shield. Which I can imagine Lisa needs that shield.
Yeah, what Lisa needs is interruption resistance, and that's exactly what Kirara provides.
Okay, last of the Electro girlies here. Beidou. 68, 101, 188 ER. She's on the fish! I love that.
I struggled to find good use for her. Although I think that'll change with the latest updates.
Ooh, yeah. I've seen that too. I have.
Like, take a look at my Barbara for a second.
Barbara. Oh, hold on. What is... Ooh, I see now. 700 EM Barbara. Fruit of Fulfillment. And Flower of Paradise Lost. So...
That is definitely a Bloom Barbara, alright.
Bloom Barbara, okay.
So what I'm thinking is, if she can already get 10k electro charges before the buff, what will she get after? So I'm definitely very excited to test that one out.
See, have we looked at... No, we haven't looked at Yao yet. Okay. So Yao on Katane, okay. And Deepwood, of course.
Yayo is basically life support.
No funky builds here necessarily. Like she's just built for healing. Although with some of the stats on these pieces, oh my gosh, she has a crit ratio. Oh my. So she's healing, but she also looks like she does a little bit of DPS too.
That used to be Bennett's healing hat, because he used to be on Gilded. Gilded melts Bennett.
Bennett on Gilded on Melt. That's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people think I'm crazy for that one.
They just don't see the possibilities that you do. Yeah, Karara's on Noblesse, Kali's on Deepwood, Yayo's on Deepwood, main character also on Deepwood. So have you ever considered like putting one of your Dendro characters on an instructor build?
Yeah, unfortunately, no, I have not. I do try to avoid doubling down on Deepwood though. Most of the time, Double Dendro ends up being one of the two without Deepwood.
So, oh my gosh, you have so many teams here. We came in on the Kachina National setup here. And then Pikachu, which looks like Kachina Electro Charged.
Pretty much.
That's cute. I like that. Let's see. Yeah, this is the Goro team, looks like. Shockwave, that's fun. So yeah, Taser team here. Animosity. So yeah, the Lynette Farazan, then the double Pyro duo there. Got the physical team for Femine, Hyperfridge with Kaya, the Burgeon team for Shinyan, Hyperbloom team with Dory, of course Tainari's Quicken team, Amber Melt, Lisa Aggravate. You have so many like team options here. despite your limited roster.
You have to try absolutely everything.
So what are some of your favorite teams to use? What ones should I showcase here?
I hesitate to say this one, but I think you should probably start with Kaya National, as it's what I almost always default to. It is just by far the easiest one, and it shows off the damage numbers that you'll see roughly well. Version Xinyan's fun, but kind of hard to use, so I'd start with Hyperbloom Dory first. If you're going to use that team, though, just once you've set up your Dendro and Dory's Burst, Barbara's going to be the driver.
Yeah, I figured. Let's see. Good cards. I guess skill damage is okay.
Yeah,
Not the best
I
for
just
this
warned you that floor 12, especially the first, and like the first floor of it, that had been the one that gave me the most trouble. So I don't blame you if you don't get any.
Oh, I'm not sure I've done the setup correctly here. I think I might try that again. Oh gosh, you ran away from the lamp. No.
Propagate. Germinate.
First. Alright, Electro, and then we get some Barbara in here. There we go. So I forgot to ask earlier, but has this account 36-star Abyss?
Unfortunately not. I hadn't been into the Abyss back when it was still possible. The highest I ever got was 33. In this case, though, I hate this current Abyss so much that I just stopped at 30.
Yeah, I can imagine these consecrated beasts are not fun.
My main account barely beat that with 3 seconds to spare.
Oh boy.
And this is with a C6 Ganyu.
Rough out here for cryo character enjoyers. We get crumbs like once every 6 months.
Dodge this.
Yeah, I think Shenmue and Ganyu are like the current ones with the longest wait times between banners.
So sorry.
Like both of them almost like 500-ish days. There are a few characters I really wish I would have had. You already mentioned one, Kuki, but I would really love Sucrose or Hazo.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're really lacking on the Animo angle. I mean, you basically have, like, Lynette and, like, Farazan doesn't really count. Oh, I forgot this because I have Geo Shields. Oh, that's frustrating. They really made this Abyss annoying, didn't they?
Yes, they did. I'm amazed I got a star at all. If I had failed to get a star there, I would have tried extra hard to get 2 stars in the next chamber.
At least you get some of the primogems out of it, right? With primogems that you'll never use, but...
Yeah, not even for refreshes.
Not even for refreshes. Wow. I was gonna ask, like, have you ever considered that?
I mean, I could have, but it was like, no, I want that number to go up.
Yeah, honestly, I'm with you. It's fun to see that big number go up, and by the time you're finally done with the account, like, it's a testament to your progress and your restraint. Hold on, I'm curious. So we have, 130 limited fates, and then if I go to see how many in purchase, 1,726 in wishes. Wow.
That is definitely enough to C6 somebody, that's for sure.
Definitely, enough to C6, R5 somebody, and to have leftovers.
All it takes is one splurge, and this account becomes better than my main account.
Maybe when Genshin is done, and the last banner, you just spend it all. Right before the servers shut down, or whatever.
That would be a phenomenal way to end off a memory. I've managed to stay free to play on both accounts for so long. I'm not breaking that anytime soon.
Oh, so your C6 Ganyu is also free to play wishes.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you truly are dedicated in everything you do, huh?
I think I should bring attention to this before we go. Have you tried the Amber team yet?
I have not. No. Do you want me to try the Amber team?
Yeah, go right ahead. Like just pick a random enemy or something.
Sure. Yeah.
The way their general rotation works is like you start off by setting up Cryo, set up Dendro. Amber will set them off for a burning melt, and then Kaya will come in to melt off the remainders and repeat. If Kaya's burst is ever up, Amber can come out to just do a bunch of melts.
Also, if I use Amber, I can put Amber in the thumbnail.
What's the hurry? Freeze! Oh, so sorry.
If you do have an enemy that can be headshot, do that before you melt.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, whenever headshots or weak spots are available, Amber's damage goes through the roof.
Okay,
Just
I'm finally
press it
getting
alone.
some burning off here. It's such a like a fun reaction to just see like continuous like damage going down. It's a shame that like so few characters can utilize it.
Like Amber's boost from the headshot isn't only just from the weapon. She also has that as part of her innate talents too.
I'm not good with charge shot users, so it's probably not the best showcase for her, but I could see how that team is really fun.
Unfortunately, I can't recommend it for the Abyss, but for anything that can be killed, at least you can have some fun with it.
Alright, well, Mochi, thank you so much for letting me take a look at your No-Wish account today. This was quite the interesting journey to look through, and honestly kind of like a cool time capsule of all the events that Genshin has had and all the different sources that you've gotten to take characters from. And it's been really entertaining to see like how you adapt to everything and all your like creative ways of building creative teams. Would you recommend anybody else to try out a No-Wish challenge?
Probably not for beyond Mondstadt and Liyue. It's a lot of fun to challenge yourself, but in my personal opinion, you can just play the game normally, and if you want to recreate the feeling, just use only stuff that was free. Or heck, even just stick the 4 stars is a similar experience.
Yeah, I can imagine
Nowadays.
that getting into it now is a lot harder because obviously there's so much that you've missed out on. And it would take like months and months and months to build up a roster. Anything you want to say before I end out the video here?
Play the game how you want to play it. Is like, don't follow too much in the meta if it's not your thing. Genshin's casual, and a lot of the content, if it's not stupid like the Abyss, is easy. You can play it however you like and still probably
there's
clear
something
everything.
strange over there. Come on, let's
So
take
make
a
sure to
look.
have fun.
Well said. And if you, the viewer, would like to have your account reviewed or would like help fixing your account, applications are not currently open, but they will be open again soon, so be sure to stay tuned on the YouTube community page and make sure to join the Discord at the link down below so you can stay updated on everything that's happening in the community and potentially apply for me to take a look at your account in the future. Do you have a No-Wish account that you think is better than this one? Well then, I encourage you to try. But that's gonna do it for today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.